this piece that I wrote in 2016 and read it in Boston, Massachusetts, when our beloved Reverend Barber and Reverend Liz came in 2016, just before our 2017 launch. And it is inspired by the many, many men and women and children at Union Theological Seminary, and inspired by the events, words, and writings from a new and unsettling force. So let's meditate together as we prepare this season to pray with our feet, to pray with our voices, and to march and transform this society. Poverty has to go. We are gathering up the children of the Poor People's Campaign of old. We are in the last trimester. We have birthed a new and unsettling force, raising a generation of leaders led by the poor and dispossessed of this nation. We are organizing. We are building a movement, not a moment, but a movement that will raise its fist and shout, "The time has come." We are a new and unsettling voice, birthing out a new generation, a new way of life, living and liberty, setting the captives free. Free from a long life sentence of servitude, of never enough. Free from never enough food. Free from never enough money to pay my bills. These are the voices crying out. Free from never enough grants for school and never enough good care for health care. It's time to transform the Jericho road. We are marking time as we saddle up the mule train in this hour to gather up the children of King and Chavez, gather up the Jesus kids, the Kennedy's kids, the Tubman's kids, and shout, "We are here." Open the gates of the cities, the gates of the nations, and the courts of those sentenced to the hard labor of servitude, earning less than 15, and open the gates to moral resistance. Right now, not tomorrow, now. King asked, "Who owns the oil? Who owns the iron ore? Why is it that poor people have to pay water bills in a world that is 2/3 water?" Gather the souls of this nation from the Poor People's Campaign of old. Some folk thought it was aborted and permanently replaced by the four evils of racism, poverty, war, and ecological devastation. And now we have the distorted moral narrative of false Christianity. But it has been revived at this hour. We are here to raise our fist and say, "No more. No more do you have another day to regard us as human industrial waste. No more will you dump us onto the streets from our homes in order for your developers to build high-priced condominiums. No more. No more will I work for slave wages, and no more will my children go hungry after I pay my bills because my wages were not enough. No more. No more will I stand in a long soup line for stale bread. No more. Poverty is trauma. PTSD, poverty, trauma from a system's devalued. Poverty equals trauma. Living on the streets is trauma. Pushing a shopping cart to redeem the sticky cans from the trash bin lottery is trauma. We are pregnant with a new and unsettling force of revolutionary values, though. And we are crystal clear, and we hear the clarion call. We see the failure of a system which is expressing itself in the form of systemic ills, poverty, war, homelessness, mass incarceration. A failure. This system has failed. Systemic oppression, mass incarceration, military war complexes that send our sons and daughters home in body bags. Shout, no more. No more. Open the gates to the cities and climb the mountaintops of the villages ravaged by poverty, freeing ourselves from the shackles of despair. This system no longer provides the basic necessities for people to live, and we are fed up. We are the offspring of the Poor People's Campaign, building a movement led by the poor, a new and unsettling voice, and we must organize. And lastly, the call. We call your name. Black, white, indigenous, Asian, Pacific Islanders, LGBTQIA, veterans, man, woman, religious, non-religion, God's people, all people. It and this is our human right to fight. And we are calling you, come out from the pews and the doorways of shame and onto the moral ground of resistance. We call on you to go block by block and organize the cadre of leaders. We call on you to educate the cadre, the revolutionaries, to the national call for moral revival. And with the report from the witnesses, change is gonna come. So gather up the children from Selma to Philadelphia, Mississippi, to Albuquerque, to Los Angeles, to Charlottesville, to Appalachia, to the four corners of New England, and the plazas of the Vatican, on to the halls of Congress. Shout! Saddle up the mule train. We have a movement to build, led by the poor and dispossessed. The time is now. Take off the load. We are transforming the Jericho Road. Together, and one voice, one fist, collectively, we ignite the fire of resistance and shout. Amen. Poverty has to go.